For the past 6 or so months my local McDonald's has been seriously underfilling their fries. A couple days ago I decided to get a large instead of a medium because of this, and this is what they gave me. The manger said a large is 8 ounces, and that's all I would get, and flat it refused to give me a new one or fill it up. I even saw the fry filler guy filling the boxes like this, and then placing it on a scale and picking fries out one by one until it was the weight it was supposed to be. Contacted corporate and they simply forward you to the store manager who just blames corporate. Is anyone else experiencing this, or is it just this terrible location? Seems to me this goes far beyond the normal suggestion of fraud they are accused of for their glamour burger shots. Like if they served you a large drink and it was only halfway full, that's not really a matter of opinion or anything, that's just false advertising. 10 pounds of potatoes are like $4 for fuck's sake. I even remember them promoting how they bought a specific breed of potatoes because they wanted the longest possible fries because of how they present sticking out the top of the fry boxes. To be clear, I'd have no problems paying more, or if they want to play this game just redesign the fry boxes and make them smaller, but this manager was just so smug about serving this to everyone. Large fries are supposed to be 5.5 to 6.5 ounces, actually. That shit is maybe 3. I didn't even think about that. Damn it, now I want to go back with a scale. A lot of places here also have that mindset. Like we have Five Guys that tosses a scoop of fries directly in the bag in addition to any fries you may have actually paid for. It's also why most fast food meals let you upgrade the drink and fries for only a few cents more versus the difference in price if you look at small versus medium versus large. The cost to actually fill the cup and fry box is nothing compared to the cost of the containers plus the employees' time and all the other logistics of the operation. Which is why this situation is so puzzling to me. Story 2. As a former food cost manager for MCDs, there's 2 reasons for this usually. They have shit fry yield. Every case of fries should make on average 400 small fries. This is a big part of managing food costs there. Fries and drinks make up the bulk of their profit margin. They don't make shit off sandwiches, so when you have a really bad fry yield, and it's not legit waste from overcooking, it's almost always because of overstuffing fries. Dropping cases of fries breaks the fries and makes them smaller, which makes yield worse. There's a very specific way to hold and fill them without overdoing it, though it's rarely followed. Usually when this happens and the fry yield is bad, management will crack down on overfilling and often start underfilling to make up the yield. Yes, it's shitty, but these people make barely over min wage, and fry yield is often part of getting their bonus. The manager/owner is just shitty and trying to pad their margins even more by ripping people off. If you press the box on the side and tap it down, it will look like it's 1/2 full at best even when properly filled. It's an optical illusion to make it look like you get more fries than you do. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk on useless information my brain retains. What is wrong with people? I work at a popular fast food restaurant in Australia. We always will get some very strange customers, but some feral ones too. This one specific customer would always come into the store. I know that there is something wrong with her, which I believe was caused by drugs. She was always constantly dirty and smelled terrible. The smell coming off always made me want to throw up. She got the nickname Stinky, as we all knew who she was, just didn't know her real name. It was the night of my manager's DAR, which is where you have to pass a test to become a manager. Stinky comes into the store around night, orders her food, and afterwards she goes to the bathroom and was in there for a while. Then we got a complaint from a customer that there was literal shit smeared all over the walls. It was Stinky that had put her own shit on the walls. Found out a month ago that she had done the same thing to another popular fast food chain next to us. She is now banned from our store for other reasons. Story 4. So I work at a very popular fast food chain, think McDonald's but the rival, and boy do I have some stories. My first story is about taking an order from a guy in the drive-thru. I greet him, "Hi, welcome to low-paying fast food place. What can I get for you today?" He answers, "The number one with dash, would you like that with cheese?" Don't interrupt me, I'm not done ordering yet. "I'm sorry sir, I was just asking if you would like cheese on your burger since the number one with cheese is a differ dash. I don't care, don't interrupt me when I am ordering." At this point I start to get frustrated with the customer and ask one of my co-workers to take over so I don't have to deal with him anymore. And the exact same incident happens. The customer gets really upset and then drives off to get his food elsewhere. The second story is just fantastic. So a few things to set the stage for the story. This takes place on a Sunday right after church, and so everyone is hungry and wanting to get food. So we have a completely full lobby and drive-through to match. The second story is just fantastic. So a few things to set the stage for the story. This takes place on a Sunday right after church, and so everyone is hungry and wanting to get food. So we have a completely full lobby and drive-through to match. Karen, he will y'all come here for a second? Me, yes ma'am, what can I do for you? Karen, I was just wondering why he isn't wearing gloves while at fry station? Me, well, as isn't required as long as we wash our hand dash. Karen, and why is she on her phone? Don't you know you're not supposed to be on your phone? At this point I get tired of this lady and start to go back to hating out orders at the front counter. Karen, why is he still not wearing gloves? Go put some fucking gloves on. And you, why are you on your phone? She then turns her attention to my manager who is helping out with the drive-thru. Karen, and why are you ignoring your employees? Talking about how my manager was supposedly ignoring me even though I never asked her to do anything, my coworker then cuts in and says how she will not be yelling at her coworkers like that. To which Karen tells even more. I then butt in and tell her to stop yelling at my coworkers. And there are no rules against not eating gloves nor being on your phone. She then starts to yell again about how she wants a refund. I then turn to my manager and tell her to give her the damn refund and kick her ass out. After which a few costumers come up and ask what happened and that they were about to call the cops if she didn't stop. Fun times. Story 5. I worked at a McJob when I was 16. Some local fast food place. One day some asshole orders stuff at the drive-thru. A real prick. So we big time fuck up his order. I left about 10 minutes after he left, but I heard he came back and was pissed. I learned right then and there, do not fuck with food service workers. They can do shit to your food. You might now know about most of it. I am as friendly as can be to food workers and, as you know, it can really pay dividends. If I go someplace and they are crowded, they might apologize for the delay. I will tell them it is okay, I see they are working hard so I am fine waiting a tad longer. Most workers are happy to hear this and it is not uncommon for them to give you a slight reward for it. One time I asked for a chicken bowl with no veggies. It was supposed to be half chicken / half veggies on the bed of rice. I was nice to them so they gave me all chicken. Be nice to food service workers and it will pay off in the long run. Fast food workers, why treat the customer so rudely even if they are polite? Is that really a problem? I thought 98% of the time it's customers being mean to the fast food workers. If they're mean back, it's probably because they've had enough of taking all that stress and not getting any backup from their job. I've never worked in actual fast food but enough retail jobs to know that we put up with a ton of punishment and we're expected to just sit there and take it with a smile for basically no pay. Depends what you mean by rude. Sometimes it's just exhaustion and overwork. They don't intend to be rude, but it can come across that way. BC they're just trying to finish their task quickly. BC they have 100 other things to do and not enough time to do it. Sometimes they just dealt with a rude person and that attitude is just carrying over to you unfairly. Sometimes they're just rude people in general. Rude people aren't always customers, lol. If you're just a rude person you gotta have a job too. And especially nowadays, management is letting more slide. BC corporate found out they don't gotta pay for customer service anymore, customers will just steal. BC they don't have any other options anyway, and the labor pool is too small to just fire someone. BC a customer complained. I also managed a couple different restaurants. Most of the people I met didn't genuinely care about the job, but it's a restaurant. Most of them were in a transition, making some side money while they pursue college or their own business, or looking at their life moving forward and realizing it's 50+ years of servitude, work, essentially. However, I noticed that the people with the biggest problem with being at work and constantly wanted to go home were often the servers with the most regulars and great table personality. They were also efficient in getting their side work finished,